I'll let you continue.
Partly, we don't need to borrow money to finish this Southwest Corridor.
That's not the question I asked.
The Southwest Corridor was planned to be more than a half-built corridor and then a diamond lane from Jubilee to the University of Manitoba. For 6 years, we have diddle-daddled around this issue. We still have nothing to show for it. Costs keep going up. My suggestion to you and to the people of Winnipeg is get the job done before the costs go up anymore. In terms of the other 4 corridors that are envisaged in terms of rapid transit, I believe that we can work out with the federal and provincial government strategic partnerships around the development of a rapid transit system. It is not in my vision to resort to borrowing extensively for a rapid transit system, because that is a goal that we have set as a province, as a city, and as a federal government. And in fact, I don't believe that we should be looking at private-public partnership for a public utility and risking all the money that's on the table for some electric car daydream that the mayor seems to have.
Bart, you need to borrow money. Can't do it without it, and I can tell you right now, in order to complete stage 2 of BRT, you need to borrow the money because the city doesn't have the money. So that's statement number 1. Number 2, I have to take exception. Stephen Juba was probably the greatest mayor this city ever saw. He thought of monorail many, many years ago, and it's a shame the city didn't have what it took to move forward. We're building a city for the future, not for 6 months from now. And here's the kicker. How do you borrow money? As you know, Ottawa does have money available under the P3 program. And there is private sector who wants to invest in this. But most importantly, if you want to borrow money, you have to have the ability to pay it back. How do you pay it back? You pay it back from creating development and business opportunities that basically broaden your tax base, because that is your largest source of revenue today. You invest, you broaden the tax base, you build high-rise residential units which pay property taxes, you build commercial, you create places where people live, work, and play. That's how it's done in the real world.
Sorry, who is that private investor that's going to be in that project?
The private sector. Bart, we've done 2 P3s, you know they were there. You know they were there. You've written about them in case you forgot.
I'm not sure. I think you guys need couples counseling or something.
We have a great deal of affection for each other, just so you know that.
Yeah. There's always love at the bottom.
A lot of love, Dan.
We're going to move on to our next subject, although I really don't want to. But we're going to be dealing now with the issue of city revenues. And back to Terry McLeod from CBC Radio.
Now, Judy Wasylycia-Leis, you've made much of your 2% a year tax increase. And you have also remained committed to maintaining the business tax as it stands, which was brought in, or rather, we've been dealing with the municipal tax freeze now for 13 years. When you weigh the best options for finding new money for the city, why do you believe that a 2% tax increase versus, say, a 1% PST levy on Winnipeg as a way to deal with this, with a consumption tax rather than a home-based tax?
Thank you, Terry. I believe that Winnipeg is falling way behind in terms of our infrastructure deficit. We've got a $4 billion deficit. I believe that we have to do our share as a city, and in fact, a 2% increase in property taxes will mean about $27 a year on average for Winnipeg citizens and residents.
It will generate about $90 million
It will generate about $8 million a year, so it is significant contribution towards the serious problems facing the city. But more importantly than that, it is putting on the table a proposal, Winnipeg doing its share, giving us great leverage in